Hello folks, welcome back. I'm hoping uko salama. And now, this is Dr. Politica here with the code Power, the said Kenya. Now, hii kesi ya Kyallo Mbabu'S is almost being solved. The question is, Wakenya watapata kujua ukweli? Because yesterday, KANU member Wainaina was arrested.
Among them is KANU Secretary General George Wainaina, who reportedly had lunch with a late lawyer on the day of the shooting.
And the DCI is alleging that hawa ndo watu wenye walikuwa na Kyallo Mbabu'S just 2 to 3 hours before auawe. Okay? Of course, this is a very serious point. And now, one of the things that shocked us, Ebu's
After the shooting, lawyer to KANU Secretary General confirms his client was arrested, but declines to disclose the amount of cash recovered.
He was arrested at his home. The amounts of money that was found with my client, I cannot disclose that amount because it's his personal property. But it's a legitimate money.
Yes, he was reportedly arrested na pesa ilipatikana 50 millions at his possession. Now, before even discuss about the money, I would like to ask you, do you believe these guys actually lured Kyallo Mbabu'S to his death? Because that walikutana wakakula lunch vizuri, wakashiba, na ile lunch will cost 3,000. Of course, 7 rich people sharing a lunch costing 3,000. Ni kama hii lunch ilikuwa iko lunch ya kawaida, iko lunch tu ya juju, lakini it was a plan of trying to lure ama kupeleka mtu wa kifo yake. Because I can assure you, the person who paid this lunch, si Kyallo Mbabu'S, is one of the people who were allegedly planning to assassinate him. And now, because kuna crucial CCTV, of course, we saw how this guy was trailing, Kyallo Mbabu'S, how it was planned, anapiga simu na kila kitu. Remember, even kesi ya Ongondowere, to the same method. Tuliona Ongondowere ametoka parliament, ameenda, akastop mali, akaingia kwa M-Pesa. And he was actually trailed. And actually you saw the people who were trailing him na pikipiki. Wakistop, wakimfuata. So it was done the same method. And I think there are a group of people, when kazi yao ni just to assassinate people. In kazi yao, you pay them, they go, they assassinate you. And that's what we're seeing from this story. Now, let's go back to the 50 million. Remember, it was reported that Kyallo Mbabu'S alikuwa denia watu. So, and yesterday I did a video here, and I was asking myself, when you kill someone who asks your money, you've still lost. Like, would you kill someone na deni yako? Or would you give him time? Or would you take him to police station and mwandikishane kwamba, you guy, you got my money, and I want this money on this date? Because killing someone simply means that pesa yako imeenda. But now, the 50 million that was on his possession, was it the reason as to why these people are fighting? Because if at all, Wainaina was part of this deal, of this heinous act, it could be maybe deal gone sour, deal gone wrong, whereby mna make deal, pesa inatokea, then someone anachukua tamaa anakumaliza. I've seen this thing happening. I've even had a story whereby thieves walienda wakaiba, after kuiba, mmoja akatoroka na pesa yote. What happened? Alifuatwa, akauawa. So when two people, a group of people make a deal, then you see money is a source of all evil. Pesa ni nzuri, lakini pia pesa can make you ukwe mnyama. When you see people, make deal, na kuna pesa of course millions, hapo kuna mtu anataka tamaa kumalize. I'm not saying that this is the case here, but we are trying to, they call it decipher. We are trying to dig deep into this issue to know actually what was the cause of this guy. Because what ameshikwa, and now we are digging deeper. We are trying to find out what was the reasons why this guy was killed. And remember, even before these stories, we have the story from Kungu, Migai.
Man like that. I don't know who killed him or why. I cannot pretend to know that. But what I can state is In my statement, I had said Bob Kyallo is my lawyer. And indeed, Bob Kyallo was one of my witnesses who was going to give evidence about how various judges have been bribed with a lot of money. And he was also the custodian of very, very crucial evidence. He was holding 4 affidavits from our witnesses who either participated or were privy to the giving of bribes to the judges. He was also a custodian of 2 audio recordings which were actually recorded when these judges were being bribed. It's a sad day, indeed a very sad day for this country, that we can lose somebody of the caliber of Bob Kyallo. He was a professor in law. I will not blame anybody because I really don't have an idea who killed him. But I have accused a cartel made up of the Shah community, Kenya Commercial Bank, and various judges in the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeal and the High Court.
Uru's cousin, the former captain, who was sure and is still sure that watu wenye walimaliza Kyallo ni watu wenye Kyallo accused of corruption in the judiciary, and actually even mentioned jina ya Justice Leneola, Supreme Court. Okay, thereby Kyallo's lawyer wa Muigai, and Kyallo was representing him kwa ile kesi ya land yenye KCB ilikuwa inataka kuuza by force na wakauza. So Kyallo had evidence to show that KCB the Supreme Court judges were corrupt, and Muigai believed that was the reason as to why Kyallo was killed. Now we have 2 stories here about kina Wanaina na pesa, whereby inasemekana kwamba Wanaina walikuwa na deal na Kyallo, sijui deni, sijui pesa, Kyallo kauawa. Tena kuna story nyingine hapa hivi, whereby Kyallo alikuwa lawyer wa Muigai kwa ile kesi ya shamba KCB. Now, my viewer, which one would you pick? Is making sense to you? Because me, I believe in one of these stories. I believe so. I mean, someone can just be ambushed auliwe bila sababu. Yeah, like someone can't just pay hitmen. You can't just pay hitmen or mtu without a single reason. Now, the reasons why watu uliwa ama uwawa, one ni power. Member Ngondowere alikuwa member of parliament, and people believe that he was killed because someone wanted his seat. Kweli. Another thing is money. When people do a deal na pesa kwa mob, pesa kwa nyingi, one of them huwa anataka hiyo pesa peke yake, and he can easily pay people to eliminate you. Kweli. This is now a lesson, So when you do a deal in a pesa, be very careful. You can easily be eliminated. No. So we believe the one of these stories. It's only that we don't know how it happened. Again, don't forget, it could be also another story. Because some people, because you see now, we don't know, like Kyallo. Maybe he was doing some underground business. You don't know. You see, he was a rich man, a lawyer. So maybe he was representing another case. You don't know. You only talk about the things that have been highlighted, but don't know the real story. So you need to tell me, do you really believe that Kyallo was killed because of these two reasons? And what do you think there's another reason as to why Kyallo aliuliwa? Because the public nowadays, this time round, they want to know. They don't want this case to go cold, like ile kesi ya Ngondowere, whereby kulikuwa na hype, watu wameshikwa nini, sasa imenyamaza. In fact, all the suspects that were arrested at the time are now free. In fact, kesi ya Ngondowere, even the bodyguard was arrested. It was alleged that the bodyguard was actually colluding with the attackers. Anawapigia simu, wanamwambia tuko mahali fulani, tumeshuka mahali fulani, tumestop gari, kujeni muue. But now the bodyguard has been released. Tell me, my viewer, which story do you believe? Aliuliwa juu ya shamba ile ya kina Uhuru Kenyatta, family ule Muigai, ama aliuliwa juu ya pesa na wenaina deni ama whatever ama ni deal, tell me, and of course I meet you in the next video. Thank you. If you love politics, then Dr. Politica is your cup of tea, the place for minds that think. If you are watching this from anywhere else, search the name, hit subscribe, and stay sharp with us. Thank you for making Dr. Politica your home for fearless political truth. Every view, every like, every share fuels the fire behind the hours of research, filming, and editing we pour into each episode. By showing up consistently, you don't just support a channel, you empower a voice. In a world ruled by headlines, spin, and power games, you remind us that real people still care about real facts. We are here to inform, inspire, and ignite critical thinking, not just for today, but for generations to come. You are not just a viewer, you are the reason this platform exists.